It must be time for another coin curiosity video by Redacted 9line. So here we are. We have a military challenge coin. Let's go ahead and remove it from its 9-cent plastic bag. I don't know how much this plastic bag actually went for. That's besides the point. But this military challenge coin that we have is from the 312th Airlift Squadron. And the 312th Airlift Squadron is a reserve squadron assigned to the 349th Operations Group that is stationed at Travis Air Force Base in California. Now, Travis Air Force Base was highlighted in a previous military challenge coin video on the map where it's at, but it's in California. It's in Fairfield, California, and it is an associate unit, so they're there to support and backfill the 22nd Airlift Squadron of the 60th Air Mobility Wing, which is at, again, Travis Air Force Base. So let's go ahead and break down this coin as I find my trusty pointer. And we all love this pointer. This is probably one of the best pointers that we have. So again, at the top, I'm going around the top of the perimeter of the coin, of the rim of the coin, if you will, or the edge. So we have the 312th Airlift Squadron, and then indicating that it is of the United States Air Force. I've stated before that the stars around the perimeter, in this case, right, 6 stars. Sometimes you can try to count them up, see if maybe there would be any significance to it. But this just looks to be, again, as we call them, filler stars. Now, perhaps if there was 3 stars here, maybe 1 star in the middle, which would look out of place because you'd be interrupting the United States Air Force. And then let's say there were 2 stars over here. You could say, all right, well, 3 stars for the 3, 1 star for the 1, and 2 for the 2 and 3 12th. But that is not the case, just 3 and 3. So again, filler stars. So the main image of the coin. So in the background, we have 2 colors, right? We have the white and the blue. Now, the white is to signify the clouds, and the blue represents the sky. And this is indicating the place where aviators spend their time, which is the sky. That's what it's supposed to be representing. And you just have the break of the 2 colors by the shape, whatever oblong shape you want to call that, ovals coming out of it. It can be a little bit misleading. Perhaps misleading is not the right word, but one could look at this and think maybe the white's the sky and the blue is water and this is underneath the water. So it could have been, maybe designed a little bit differently, but that's just a small little critique. So then we have, against the clouds in the background, is this blue flag, and this flag is probably just supposed to be a guidon. Now, a unit flag. A guidon is what is carried usually at the front of a formation of troops on the ground, and most likely it is just signifying that aviation started to signal where enemy forces were. So perhaps being able to have a flag on the ground of where your troops were and knowing your color, it is just signifying that, it is there to support ground troops, right, as aviation. But that's just a pure speculative, explanation of it. There's no rhyme or reason on why this flag would be there. If anybody knows and can point to a reference on why this flag would be here on this coin, please comment below. In the very center, vertically, you have the ceremonial staff, otherwise known as a mace, if you will. No, this is not the type of mace that William Wallace used to smash somebody's head in, but it is a ceremonial staff, and I mean, I should add that this could be used to do that. If you look at the top with the, angel wings on top, but the staff is a symbolism of the Air Force Reserve Command. So they have that predominantly in the center to indicate this is, the 312th Airlift Squadron is a reserve squadron. And then at the base, you have another set of wings. Now, these look more, you could go one of two ways with this. They either look like, again, your angel wings or eagle's wings. If you can imagine the head of an eagle behind the ceremonial staff, I don't know why you would have it covered, which leads me to believe that maybe is not what it was for, but you could see how those would be eagle's wings. And if I can find a old coin here, let's see what we have. So let's go ahead and use this as a comparison. While it's not necessarily the same, this quarter, you can see how the arc of the wings on the eagle, on the reverse of the quarter, bear some resemblance to the wings on the coin. So that could be what they were going for, again, was the eagle. But, again, pure guess on that. Wings typically can, have different meanings in different cultures. It could be signifying freedom or escape or success or purity or what have you. Again, we will probably never know what the intent of or what the intent for these wings were supposed to symbolize unless the designer of the coin speaks out. And there's nothing saying that they can't, right? I don't mean that as in they're sworn to secrecy or, this is a classified symbol here. But I would presume that this goes back quite a ways, and trying to find the designer of this coin could be challenging, especially challenging if you can direct them to this video or if they stumble upon this video. But hey, would love to be able to, sing your praises and say, that you designed this coin if you so did. Of course, we would need proof for that because we don't want to give false credit out. So that is the obverse of the coin. If you can see, there is a nice black finish to the coin, and it really makes this coin look very eye-appealing. Usually you would just have it being silver, and so the fact that they went with a black finish, I do like that. And yeah, if I didn't already indicate that this yellow ring around is just to have the colors pop out at you. But the rim of the coin, again, is just the black metallic. There's nothing on it. So no words, no inscriptions. So then we get to the reverse of the coin. And we then have on the top, so we have a weapon of mass delivery. Now, that is a play on a common phrase, which is weapons of mass destruction. And the weapons of mass destruction was first defined by the United Nations in 1948 as any atomic explosive weapons, radioactive material weapons, lethal chemical and biological weapons, and any weapons developed in the future which have characteristics comparable in destructive effect to those of the atomic bomb or other weapons mentioned above. So that's where it was coined, a weapon of mass destruction, or weapons of mass destruction, WMDs, again, United Nations in 1948. So this is a real clever play on that phrase, right? A weapon of mass delivery. So I do like that. I like how it's, we have just only two colors on the back here, right? The black and the white, so that really stands out. On the bottom, you have, again, stars. We'll state these filler stars again. Now, I did count them. We do have 13. So I don't think that has any reference at all to the 13 original colonies, because I don't know what the tie-in would be for that. I mean, aircraft were not around back during that time. So it's unknown what the purpose of that was, but let's just call those filler stars again. So the center image then has the American flag in the background. Again, it's just white. I do like that. We won't get into, is it proportional, because we can tell that it's not, but so be it. It's still a beautiful looking coin. And they are highlighting then in the center the plane or the aircraft, right, that the 312th Airlift Squadron operates. And that is the C5M Super Galaxy. So the C5 is a cargo plane. It is the largest cargo plane, or it's the largest plane in the United States Air Force inventory. Now, that probably needs some, qualifying or quantifying notes to that. I don't know if it is the longest wingspan. It probably is. And it's probably the longest plane. It could definitely hold the most cargo. But either or, let's just call it that, that it is the largest plane in the Air Force inventory. Now, if we start going down these tangents on the nuances of a coin, we're going to be here for hours. So, a good, for instance, right, but going back to the front of the coin would be, well, why did the Air Force Reserve Command, choose a ceremonial staff as their symbol? Or, what exactly do all these pieces mean for the plane? Well, C stands for cargo. That is the basic mission of the aircraft. The 5 should be the design number. And then you have a series letter on the back, right? M. And I believe the M is just for the modernization. So, yes, theoretically, they went through A, B, C, D, E, right? They went through 12 other series. And then they got to the 13th, right? M. And modernized it. And it changed so greatly, right? The modernization of the C5 plane had changed drastically, and it had deviated so much from the original just Galaxy that they gave it a new name, which was the Super Galaxy. You can go online and you can find out exactly what had changed. I'm sure that's a fairly easy Google search on what they upgraded the plane with, but that is why it is called the Super Galaxy as opposed to just the C5 Galaxy. And the Air Force doesn't come up with these names. the names of the aircraft, at least from a Lockheed Martin side of the house, they had, for whatever reason, decided to go with astronomical names with how they named their aircraft, the nomenclature. So when they got to C5, out of all their other aircraft, they said, hey, let's call it the Galaxy, right? So you have the Vega, the Sirius, the Orion. There are the Lodestar, the Neptune, the Big Dipper, there's the Little Dipper, so on and so forth. Some of these aircraft never actually made it to production, but that would be that aspect of it. So that is the breakdown of the coin. Again, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole. As I said, we'll end up being here all day, but that is the basic premise of this coin. So at least the parts of it are known. Again, why did they call it that, or why did they choose that? Who knows? But let's go ahead and weigh this coin. Let's go and zero out our scale here. And we have 1.553 ounces, give or take for accuracy. So that's a good solid coin that we have. From a weight wise, 1.5 ounces. You'd like to see that, and we'll go ahead and get a measurement on this for the diameter of the coin. So let me pull out my calipers here. All right, so we have, change that to inches there. So we have 1.74 inches. So an inch and a 3/4 coin for the size, which is a great size. Again, a lot of your coins, basic coins, you'll see as just an inch and a half. Anything smaller than that, you start getting a little bit, I'll say on the pathetic side. But an inch and 3/4 is good, and 2 inches is about the largest that you want to go for a circular coin. But overall, I do like this coin. It's a beautiful looking coin. 312th Airlift Squadron, again out of Travis Air Force Base. They fly the C5M Super Galaxy. And their catchphrase, a weapon of mass destruction. See? That's what they do to you. They catch you on that. A weapon of mass delivery. Again, because it can carry so much cargo. It would be, from an appraisal standpoint, this coin's in pretty good condition. There is some bubbling of the enamel that I can see, and that you could probably see right in this little portion, some of that bubbling. There aren't too many scratches on it, which there shouldn't be since it was in the bag. But again, of course, any other object could have hit it in the bag. But I would, with the weight of the coin and how it looks, I would put a price on this coin of in between $15 to $25 for someone that was trying to collect it. Again, there's nothing special about it. You could pick these up from the unit if you see them at an air show or what have you. So it's not like it's given for excellence or commemorating any sort of operation. And that's why I would put it at $15 to $25, again, depending on who the buyer is and what they're trying to get it for. So overall, great coin. If you enjoyed this video of breaking down the basic elements, I will say, of a coin, I have no issues going deep down the rabbit hole, if that's what you all would like to see. And if so, please comment below on how in depth you want me to get on a coin. But just breaking off or defining and describing the basic elements of the challenge coins that you may have, or that you may see. I think that just scratching the surface is not bad at all from this channel. And I don't think there's really any other individuals doing this. So this is good. Hopefully I can kind of corner this space. That would be nice. But 312th Airlift Squadron, Military Challenge Coin, C5M Super Galaxy. This has been Redacted 9 Line. This has been a Military Challenge Coin Curiosity video. Go ahead and like the video if you would be so kind. Subscribe if you would like to be notified when more challenge coins and explanation videos come out. And please leave a comment below if I made a mistake, made an error, whatever it might be. Or if you would just like to say, hey, you did a good job. Or maybe you have a critique, and that'll work too. But again, this has been Redacted 9 Line for the Coin Curiosity channel. And thank you for watching this Military Challenge Coin video.